What's going on, my fellow rock and rollers? Don't forget to smash the bell notification icon to be notified every time I put out a new video on my channel. Now, 1994 was going to be a massive year for the grunge group Alice in Chains. They toured extensively the 2 previous years to support their sophomore LP Dirt, which sold upwards of 6 million copies. And they started off 1994 releasing the Jar of Flies EP, which topped the Billboard album charts, which was a first for the band. And the group was also offered a highly coveted spot opening up for Metallica on their summer tour, in addition to playing Woodstock 94. But it wasn't meant to be. Addiction and infighting cannibalized the band as singer Layne Staley slipped back into drug addiction, while the band also broke up for a period of 6 months prior to hitting the road with Metallica. This resulted in another band named Candlebox stepping in and having a phenomenal year. Stay tuned to find out the full story. The Seattle band Candlebox found massive success in 1993 with the release of its self-titled debut album that summer. The album featured 3 big singles including You, Far Behind, and Cover Me. And the album would quickly go quadruple platinum, and even though the critics and the music industry detested them, they found a loyal legion of fans. And by early 1994, they were opening for the likes of Rush, playing Madison Square Garden, and soon enough Candlebox was headlining its own tour, with groups like the Flaming Lips opening for them. Wayne Coyne, the frontman of the Flaming Lips, would tell author Mark Yarm in the book Everybody Loves Our Town, Candlebox wasn't just a nail in the coffin of grunge. To me, they arrived as the coffin of grunge. We toured with them for 3 months at the end of 1994, and at the beginning of that phase, they were playing 4,000 to 5,000 people a night, and by the end, they were playing giant arenas, hockey rinks for the most part that hold 10,000 people, and they're selling them out a couple nights in a row, he'd remember. Coyne would go on to say, "We saw the clumsiness of their shows and their songs, and everything about it just seemed like, damn, this is too much too soon. Candlebox really had nothing," he'd remember. And you're probably asking yourself, how did Candlebox get so big where they were headlining arenas? Well, they can thank Alice in Chains for part of that success. Alice in Chains drummer Sean Kinney would reveal the straw that broke the camel's back in the spring of 1994. He would tell Mark Yarm, "We were rehearsing at the Moore Theatre in Seattle to get ready for Metallica. Layne was in a treatment place and we'd been rehearsing ourselves. Nobody had talked to him, and he'd been gone all that time. He just showed up and there were some bad circumstances, and it just wasn't happening. Lost a lot of trust in him, lost some trust in each other for a while too." Alice in Chains bassist Mike Inez shed some more light on what was going on in the band, saying, "Everybody points to Layne, but I gotta tell you, it was all of us. We were doing all kinds of different shit. We had a meeting and it was really apparent that we shouldn't go out on that Metallica tour. It was one of those times where we needed to go, hold on a second, let's not sacrifice our health. Let's not go and literally kill ourselves." For us to say no to Metallica, who were basically our older brothers, is a testament of the love that we had for each other. And Candlebox drummer Scott Mercado would tell author Mark Yarm that while the band was friendly with some of the Big Four Seattle bands, none of them ever took Candlebox under their wing and took them out on tour. Not that it really mattered, because the band would get some high-profile offers from both Metallica as well as Living Colour. And despite the fact that Candlebox took Alice in Chains a spot opening for Metallica, it wouldn't create hard feelings between the bands, as Mercado would reveal how he was actually friends with Alice in Chains drummer Sean Kinney. Mercado would reveal to Yarm, "He told me, I like your style, you're a great drummer, I just don't like your singer, I don't like your music." I admired Sean for saying that, as opposed to talking about us behind our backs. This was actually after we got the gig with Metallica because Alice in Chains dropped out. Candlebox guitarist Peter Klett would also reveal that in addition to taking Alice in Chains a spot opening for Metallica, the band also took Alice's spot at Woodstock 94. He would reveal Layne wouldn't answer his phone. The story I heard is that they'd call him to leave a message on his answering machine, then they'd call back and it's a different outgoing message, so obviously he was effing with them. Because of that, we got their slot at Woodstock, he'd remember. So where was Layne during the weekend that Alice in Chains was supposed to play at Woodstock? Well, he was out on a camping trip with his friend Johnny Bacalass at a town named Twisp. Bacalass would reveal that Layne was trying to kick heroin at that time, and that's the reason he went on the camping trip, to clean up. It was during the trip Layne and his buddies went to Safeway at 2 in the morning, and some kids started badgering the singer. Layne in turn punched the guy and ran out of the store and got into their car and sped away. And Scott Mercado would reveal how even though the band stepped in for Alice in Chains multiple times, both bands shared the same feelings about their success. Mercado would reveal how Kinney once told him, "You guys probably get bummed by critics not liking you, or people in the industry not liking you, or people in the grunge scene not liking you. Now you know how I feel whenever somebody comes up and says, 'Too bad your band is so screwed up they can't go out on tour.'" That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like button and subscribe. And as always, if you have suggestions for future topics, let me know in the comment section below. Take care.